Adam22 of the No Jumper Podcast spent $160,000 on a Crypto Punk NFT. That's what we're going to be talking about in today's video. What's going on, guys? You guys have tuned into Rules for Rebels. I just happened to see this video on YouTube, and I thought it was pretty interesting. You know, NFTs have been a controversial subject. A lot of people think they're just pretty dumb. Other people think they are the future of the internet and the future of crypto. And I think everybody on both sides of this argument kind of believe that NFTs have a lot of possibilities and a lot of potential. The technology can do a lot of things and it has a lot of cool uses down the road. But the way it's being used right now is kind of just scratching the surface to its potential. And I think most people would agree that, like, owning a JPEG file or a PNG file or a picture or a meme ultimately is kind of dumb, right? Like, we're only kind of scratching the surface of the potential that NFTs hold. But I thought this clip was pretty interesting. So it's Adam22 of No Jumper and two of his buddies or two of his podcast hosts talking about this NFT that he bought. We're going to listen to, I don't know, maybe 2-3 minutes of this clip. And, you know, I'd encourage you guys to watch the entire video. I'll link to it in the description box below if you guys want to check it out for yourself. But it was kind of funny. His buddies are kind of ragging on him, and they're like, dude, you know, a week ago you were saying NFTs were the stupidest fucking thing ever, and now you drop $160,000 on an NFT. And then towards the end of the video, they're kind of joking with him. They're like, you could have bought a car, you could have bought a new jumper office, you could have got us new cameras. Like, think of all the things that you could have bought with this money. And they kind of joked with him, and they said, you know what? They said, what, are you going to be the next rapper to hop on this NFT bandwagon? And, you know, kind of joking about how what Tyga was pumping the POG token. Numerous other rappers have kind of gotten behind or taken money to promote various other coins. But here's ultimately what it comes down to. And honestly, I mean, I can't knock them. I can't hate on them. If you have a large following, if you're rich, if you're famous, I mean, this is basically a license to print free money because idiots are throwing money at NFTs. And Adam kind of talked about he might start rolling out a series of NFTs for, like, every interview that he does. You know, he does an interview with Wiz Khalifa or whoever else. They make an NFT of either Wiz Khalifa or of that interview, and it kind of becomes a collector series or a collector's card. But without further ado, let's hop into this.
We should make an NFT of it.
Bro, you so fake on this NFT shit, bro.
What?
You said it was the stupidest invention ever, and now you bought a fucking bear, and you just think that you're Mr. NFT.
What bear?
I'm calling you out.
I was.
So, I mean, and his buddies kind of get at in a minute. They're like, dude, look, you know, you thought this was bullshit. You realize there's an opportunity to make some money off of it, and now you're Mr. NFT.
Given a bear.
Is that your icon?
I spent $160,000
on the bear.
On a punk.
What's a punk?
What? I feel like maybe I shouldn't even explain it because it's going to be kind of hard. Like, I feel like I need like a full day with you in order to explain NFTs
No,
to
I'm
you.
actually very smart. And two, you were so against it. What made you switch? Like, who told you, Adam, this is a great investment?
And here's what I think is interesting in a minute. So he kind of gives his reasoning for why he spent this money on an NFT, and he says, he basically acknowledges the way NFTs are being used right now is kind of dumb, but he says, I see a lot of potential. And I kind of can, just to explain his thinking, he's like, look, crypto punks are like the biggest name in NFTs. I think NFTs are going to be a big thing, so that's why I invested in these things. But if you believe in the concept of NFTs, I would say pick a platform that you think is going to be a major player for NFTs. If you think NFTs are going to be big on Cardano, ADA, buy some ADA. If you think NFTs are going to be, good on another blockchain or another coin's platform, invest in that platform if you think that platform is going to be big. But just because NFTs have potential doesn't mean you should run out and spend $160,000 on a crypto punk. But here's where they kind of get into that part.
You will spend $160,000 on a punk, whatever the fuck a punk is.
I think that I realized that the technology itself, even though it might not be used right now to a fully optimized state, I don't think that it's obvious to people why they want to own an NFT right now. But I think that the technology itself is what I'm actually a big believer in, and I think it has a big future ahead of it. And I think that, yes, maybe a lot
Sounds
of
like an ad.
I think maybe a lot of the things that it's being used for right now, even the avatar stuff, which is basically the CryptoPunks are like the definition of that, it might not be the most useful or the most ingenious use of the NFT technology, but the fact is that it's the most important NFT series that exists right now.
You know, in my mind, I would rather invest in a platform that I think is going to be the go-to platform for NFTs as opposed to buying an NFT. But I guess I can kind of see the angle he's going. You know, if NFTs do become huge, CryptoPunks were kind of the biggest avatar-like NFT that kind of kicked it all off, and maybe there's some collectible or historical value there.
So I have a lot of belief that it's gonna, in the long run.
You have $160,000 worth of belief that you bought one.
When you hated it so bad, what made you switch? That's what we want to know.
This is like 2 weeks ago. You were talking about how you hated it.
I just started to believe. I listened to this podcast about
Who's
it.
paying? Who's paying?
Bro, because I seen his tweet.
There's no
I was
NFT board. It's not like a company called NFT.
and I called him out because I seen
They're
him
not
put it on
doing brand
Twitter.
deals.
I said, "What the fuck you mean? You was hating?"
And here's what it is, right? I don't want to call him a sellout. You know, I know a lot of people do get excited about NFTs. It is kind of fun. People are into collecting things, whether it's sports cards, sneakers, comic books, whatever else. And this is just kind of the new age or the new generation of collecting things. But I do think to some extent he realizes that he has the ability to sell NFTs to his audience and make a fortune. And if he can kind of, if he can kind of let his audience know that he buys into the hype as well, he thinks NFTs are going to be big, and then 2 weeks later, a month later, he winds up rolling out his own line of NFTs. You know, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out that his audience is going to jump on these as well, and he's going to become very wealthy off of it. We'll watch a little bit more, and then we'll cut it off.
No, NFTs so bad.
This is a little fishy, but
I realized I was wrong.
I don't know.
I've never heard you
I think you got like some
that.
insider Jeffrey Epstein shit going on, and somebody told you.
For the record, he was a pedophile.
I don't appreciate that.
I didn't mean it in that way. I meant like some secret shit.
That's why I didn't come last week, because y'all pissed me off calling me EDP with that jersey. I was like,
funny.
fuck these niggas.
Bro, they morphed you into EDP with the jersey on, bro. That shit was hilarious.
I was sick.
If anybody wants to do some NFT business, feel free to reach out. We out here. We're making moves, brother.
Do you remember?
And we'll wrap it up there. But, you know, that kind of clues you in at the very end there. If anyone's looking to do some NFT stuff, reach out to me. So, you know, not hating on him, more power to him. You know, get your money, Adam22. What do you guys think about this? You know, I guess, what do you guys think about NFTs as a whole? Have you gotten into the NFT game? Do you think it has a future? What are your thoughts on kind of what the NFT landscape is today? What is it going to look like 2 years from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now? I think NFTs have a big future in the world of gaming. You know, I think there's a lot of different possibilities for NFTs, but just, you know, what NFTs are right now doesn't excite me. It's not cool. It's not exciting. It's not something I really want to invest in. You know, early on, you know, I don't know, almost a year ago, 6 months ago, whatever, I kind of got into NFTs. I don't think I bought any NFTs. I might have bought a couple cheap NFTs. I was making some of my own NFTs, and I actually had some NFTs removed from Rarible because they were quote unquote offensive. You know, so much for the blockchain and NFTs and everything being, you know, uncensorable and everything else. I spent a couple $100 on ETH fees, had a bunch of NFTs up, and then ultimately wound up having them taken down and the account suspended. No copyright issues, just kind of offensive NFTs. And that kind of turned me off to it. I know there's some other NFT platforms where you can post NFTs for free, but nobody really seems to kind of visit those platforms. I actually created a few NFTs that I got offers on, but at the time, you know, ETH gas fees were so high that it was going to cost me, you know, more money. I think I was selling them for like $25, $50, which wouldn't be bad if that was pure profit. But I think the fee, the ETH fees or the gas fees, just to transfer these NFTs to somebody was going to be equal to, if not even more than, what I was actually going to earn selling the NFT. But again, always, you know, would love to hear your guys' thoughts. What are your guys' thoughts on Adam22 spending $160K on NFTs? What are your thoughts on NFTs as a whole? Are you in the NFT space? Are you making NFTs? If you guys are selling NFTs on Rarible, feel free to drop a comment with a link to your profile or the NFTs you're selling, and let's kick off a discussion down in the description or down in the comment section below. If you guys enjoyed today's video, give it a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed to the channel, click that subscribe button below, ring the bell, and I'll catch you guys on the next video.